What is the harmony test and why did we get one? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If it's the first time you're here, my name is Lii Borossy. I'm a mom of two. I have two beautiful rainbow babies and my passion is to share motherhood with you guys. Motherhood with everything included. We're talking TTC, pregnancy, postpartum and beyond. So this is about a little bit of a lifestyle channel as well, because I do share my life with you guys, but occasionally I will sit down and do a sit down video with a specific topic in mind. And this year I have decided to really focus in on the journey to becoming a mom. So that includes TTC, pregnancy and birth. Basically we're going to be talking all about that. And in today's video I wanted to talk about a topic that I have seen that you guys really put attention in when it comes to my videos, and we're going to be talking about what is the harmony test and why did we get one. So a little quick backstory before I jump into explaining more. When I was pregnant with our son Hector, we had a high-risk pregnancy. As of all of my pregnancies have been high risk due to other circumstances that I'm not gonna go into on this video because I want to keep it short and sweet. But on the second trimester big scan, we found out that our son had a few things alarming, a few things wrong with him, things out of the norm, and they told me that this could be an indication that he was in fact suffering from Down syndrome or other chromosomal abnormalities. And what they wanted to do was that they wanted to do something called amniocentesis. It's the test where they go in with a big needle into your stomach and they will take a little sample of the amniotic fluid which the baby is floating in, basically in your womb. And although this test has been done millions of times, I want to say, they are very certain of what they are doing. It comes with risks, and they told me there is 1% chance of miscarriage after having that test done. I was not comfortable with going ahead with that test, so I decided to go the private route and we decided to book in for the harmony test. So the harmony test is a non-invasive prenatal test that they will do. They will test your blood for chromosomal abnormalities of your unborn child. So when you Google it, it will say the test will analyze the cell-free DNA in the mother's blood. So it's going to give you a good indication of if your unborn child has a high risk or a low chance of suffering from chromosomal abnormalities. And there is usually three conditions that they are testing for. So it's the Down syndrome, it's the Edwards syndrome and Patau, I think, syndrome. The more common known to us is the Down syndrome. Doing so, it basically gives you the same results as when you're doing the test in the beginning of your pregnancy. When you're about 9 weeks along, they will usually do a blood test and they will do a scan, your first ultrasound of the pregnancy, and they will take those two information combined and they will give you a result of if your baby is likely or not to have a high risk or a low chance of suffering from chromosomal abnormalities. And when we did that in the beginning of the pregnancy, Hector had really good levels. So I was very surprised when they told us that he was suddenly in the higher risk of things for suffering of any of those conditions. Basically what they do when they have the big gender scan, as I want to call it, but the big scan of the second trimester where you learn about the gender of the baby, they check the baby's heart and the lungs and all of the areas of your child, they will check very thoroughly. And it was in that ultrasound they told me that he was high risk for Down syndrome. They have a list of various things that they are checking for, and they told me that if your baby has more than 2, I think, of the things that they are checking on this list, then that could mean that he or she is in high risk of be suffering from some kind of chromosomal abnormality. In our case was not that case. So in our case he had 2 things that stood out. He had a white spot on his heart, and he had his kidneys were dilated, and that was very alarming to us because in my own case, my first pregnancy, I carried until 6 months. The 6th month of pregnancy, when they found out that our first daughter was suffering from a kidney condition. She had cysts on her kidneys, and that didn't let her live outside of the womb. But anyway, so my pregnancies has always been high risk, but the reason I got the harmony test was because I was not comfortable with doing the amniocentesis. I did not feel comfortable with the 1% rating or chance or risk of miscarrying him, only to know if he had in fact Down syndrome. Even if they would have told us he has in fact Down syndrome, I don't know how we would have felt about it, but I really knew that I did not want to risk his life. So for me, doing the harmony test was very much assuring. I, looking back now, think that maybe we would not have had to do it because of the first test that we did, that everybody do, that I just explained. Maybe we could have felt sure knowing that his levels or his rate in the first test were so low, but anyway, I'm glad we did the harmony test. It was very fast, we got the result quite fast, and also if you are curious what gender your baby has, that test will also tell you what gender your baby has. And you can get the harmony test as early as 11 weeks, I want to say. But double check that with your care provider, and if you are in the position of doing a harmony test, then I think that you should absolutely go ahead and do so. I think for me it was very reassuring. I felt a lot more calm after, and I was praying a lot regarding not going ahead doing so, but I feel like ultimately it was the right decision for us, and I hope that if you are in a similar position where you're contemplating, should I get the harmony test or should I do which is a non-invasive test, like it cannot hurt your child doing that test, then go ahead. If you are thinking about having an amniocentesis for other reasons, like that could in fact save your child's life, of course you should go ahead and do so. But in my case, I felt like 1% chance of harming him for no reason at all, then for us to have peace of mind, then I could not take that risk. But you should always talk to your health care provider, and they cannot force you to do anything that you don't want to do, but they are the ones with the knowledge. So I hope that that this could encourage you a little bit to do your own research, but also like knowing that sometimes we have to listen to our guts, and I'm very glad that I did. I'm very glad that I did. We have friends who have lost their firstborn due to complications from the amniocentesis, and their child was completely healthy. So it was a very big tragedy for them, and that's probably why I didn't want to go ahead and do that one. But anywho, if you have any question whatsoever, please go ahead and tell me down in the comments. I love to answer. And if you want to see the vlog of us when we got the results of the harmony test, it's quite funny. We were so stressed. We for 1 second thought that they had mixed up the gender, so we were really like thinking that they had told us the wrong gender from the beginning. But it's a very funny vlog. You should definitely go and check it out. I will link it here for you, and I will see you guys back on Thursday for another video. We shall see if it's Hector's first birthday vlog or if it's the one we are reacting to his birth and labor and delivery vlog. We shall see which one of those are coming on Thursday. But stay tuned and subscribe for more content, and subscribe to have a friend in me on your journey towards motherhood. I know it can be lonely sometimes and a bit scary. So if I can be that friend, and if I can hold your hand and make you feel a little bit better, then definitely stick around, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I am no doctor, but I am a fellow mama who wants to help. So don't feel scared to ask. And take care, friends. See you soon. Bye!